Same has been said by the Nigeria Football Federation as well as the NSC after they unveiled a landmark partnership as far as a holistic reform of league football in Nigeria. Tony Ubani, let me start with you before we come to Bolu. Is this truly realistic? Let's start with the prize money for the winning team. The champions of the NPFL in the 2026-2027 season is expected to get a whopping 1 billion naira. How visible is this?
Man, it's incredible. It's astonishing. And indeed, I think it's something to cheer for, that at last, the Nigeria Premier Football League is joining the league of so many others that are paying whooping sums, to winners of their domestic league. But then I think there are question marks that are scattered all over. Where is the money coming from? How is this money going to be? How is it going to be distributed from top to bottom? And how, of course, are clubs going to benefit from this? Because we also know that if they receive so much money, 1 billion is not a small amount. And of course, it's something, that we applaud them for. But then the distribution, Matthew, because if you look at the channel of football, it is not just about the winners. It involves a lot. When you talk about facilities, you talk about payment of clubs. And because if the clubs do not run well, Matthew, it becomes a headache at the end. So that is just one thing. And that is why I'm saying that there are a lot of question marks, because from what we have heard or read, Matthew, it was not explicit enough for us to know where is this money coming from? How is it going to be spread around all the clubs? What about the facilities, the structures that make the football itself, more interesting? We need more answers. And of course, we need to be cleared on so many things so that we know whether to clap or to fold our hands.
Bolu, let me come to you before we talk to Joy on this. The clubs at this time, minimum wage of 2 million naira. That is to say, you are not expected to pay a player less than the minimum wage for the respective clubs. The likes of Ikorodu City, Inter Lagos, Rangers International, name them.
Well, there are too many things to look out for this. Naturally, on paper, it makes a whole lot of sense. It means at least as a player, there should be a certain level you have.
Absolutely.
We have players that can't even eat 3 square meals, and you are playing in a proper league. So that's on the good side. But bringing up from where Tony said, is it realistic, first of all? Who is funding it? It means if you have a minimum of 23 players in your squad, you are paying roughly 46 million naira every month. I don't think any club in the NPFL can pay 46 million naira salary every month for like 8-9 months for the season. And after that, you have to play during off-season as well. You have to pay them. They are paying change. We are complaining they don't have contracts. Now that there's a base. So what surrounds it? Are there going to be TV rights where the clubs will make money from? Are they going to make money from stadium? Are they going to make... I can't be paying the money I'm not making. So I want to believe, or I don't want to believe they just gave us audio, like lights. Let's give them something to cheer. Because when they say NSC partnering with NFF, are they not partners initially?
Yeah.
NFF are automatically under the NSC. The NPFL board are automatically under NFF. So there are two. That's why when people ask, is it audio? Is it Lamba? Yeah. Is it just to make us take our eyes off? Because there was a story because of the week that Wike was telling you both, and Nigerians are angry. That is it to take our heads off that? Again, if every NPFL player can earn a minimum of 2 million naira, that's brilliant. But where would the money come?
Joy would answer that for us. Joy,
she has the money.
Joy, for the English Premier League, that we've always tried to tailor our league after. We know TV rights, we know merchandising, we know how they accrued their revenues. Are we just going to wait for government budgetary allocation to fund football, to fund 1 billion?
Matthew, a lot of people are saying if our football doesn't thrive under the leadership of Malam Shehu Diko and Bukola Olakbade, we can never get it right. Yes, my people. That we can never get it right. And truly, I don't think they're far from it. Yes, I think they're trying to do something. But the reality is far away from it. Our league, first of all, is not marketable, I'm sorry to say. It's not. You can rarely mention 5 key players in this league. They don't know them. Visibility is not there. So truly, if you say we are going to rely on government funding, yes, the government has released a budget, a wholesome budget, about 210 billion naira, if I'm correct, for this year 2026 for sports. And that money, I don't know, but they said is under, the NLC to distribute among the federation. But we cannot depend on that. The only way we can make our league or this 2 million naira minimum wage for player realistic is if these clubs are able to market their clubs to stakeholders to buy. Number one, like I said, you cannot make money where you cannot give what you don't have. These clubs don't have it. We are just going, this is what they call audio, full-time audio, big-time audio. Just the way we painted, Nigerian Airways, Nigerian Airways, and at the end of the day, it wasn't even ours. This one is another audio in the sporting sector. So for me, it's not realistic until we can start building stadiums where people can begin to buy tickets. People cannot even come and watch? So where are you getting the money from? Is it from taxpayers' money? You want to start giving just the way we are using our taxpayers' money to fund the military, the police, and we are still not getting the effect of that. So where are we going to get money to pay these players? It's not realistic as far as I'm concerned.
Tolu Bani, let's look at it this way. We thought this level of reforms we are looking at, when the projection is towards the league, why not tailor that towards revamping sports infrastructure in the country? Most importantly, our stadiums, because most of these have been in comatose. There we begin to attract good football, good training pitches, nice environment for marketing, and for brand to also want to affiliate.
I mean, I think it's that's what we're saying, that they're doing the right things the wrong way. You're just getting to do things that will make people to clap for you, applaud for you, and then the problems are still there. I think that basically what we should be doing, like all of us highlighted, Yabulu and Joy, of course, talked about merchandising, talked about infrastructure. Matthew, there is absolutely no other way you can, gain popularity without being a good person. If you are popular, and of course everybody know that you do not do anything, charity, they say, begins from home. I think that home, as we talk about it in the Nigerian perspective, is the fact that we do not have facilities. We do not have anything that will make the football grow. If you like, pay them 20 billion, 300 billion, Matthew, it will not change overnight. There are a lot of things. We are talking about referees. We are talking about welfare of players. We are talking about facilities. Most importantly, the facilities, I do not know the facilities that are in very good state as we speak now. Last week we mentioned, that the one that we also trumpet every time, in our Akwa Ibom is not even up to, because that one is wearing out. So I think the most important thing is for us to start from the basics and then, grow it up. But then if it is just bringing about money and let people clap for you, that clap will not last a long time.
We must be able to get the systemics right, and the cost of implementation is also very, very key. We're watching closely, and we hope that this would come out well as far as the collaboration and the landmark partnership between the FF as well as the National Sports Commission is concerned. We trust this personality, we wish them well, and we hope that it will be better for Nigerian football. At the other side, we'll be talking the World Cup. The excitement, they say, keeps increasing by the day.
Game on. Confirm your participation. Place bets on sport. Get a free bets and weekly cashback. Take part in the prize drawings. Use promo code to get welcome bonus.
Yes, you're welcome back. The show is the Sportsville, and it's time to talk the FIFA World Cup. Plenty of excitement. Most importantly, the top guns are following themselves bumper to bumper. Lionel Messi is doing his thing. When we thought it would be a party for Cristiano Ronaldo, he came on, gun blazing in that game, and things are gradually turning around. Bolu, let me start with you. The top players are truly making this a party.
They have to. They have no choice. In fact, one of those people they put too much attention to, especially the kind of season he had. His numbers were not bad.
Yes.
But for his level, they were below average. Talking about Vinicius Junior. Stepped up.
I think that young man is not getting his flowers enough.
In fact, at a point, for years,
4 goals in the first 2 games at the World Cup.
Best player for Brazil without any doubt. Then suddenly Rafinha stepped and people said, nah, Rafinha is a superstar. And came this World Cup, boom, first goal he got goal, second game he scored, third game he scored for them. So he's really, really holding on to himself as, okay, I'm the superstar in this national team. Talk about the first game for Portugal, Ronaldo went blank, everybody went on him. It's useless. They were drawing the team by blah, blah, blah. Scored in the second game, everyone calmed down. Lionel Messi getting the goals, Kylian Mbappe getting the goals, Erling Haaland scoring Harry Kane. Those are the biggest names in terms of forwards in football, and they are stepping up. But now that the group phase is over, no more second chances. It is either you win, or we give you 24 hours to pack your load and get out of wherever you are, either US, Mexico, or Canada. And that's where they tell you they separate the boys from the men.
Yeah.
Now, no second chances. Knockout phase is starting later tonight. Win, or you go home.
Joy, let's talk about our South African brothers. All the 8-watch couldn't stop the Bafana. They are in the knockout phase of the tournament, and we'll be locking us against Canada.
Matthew, I think this World Cup has truly, spotlighted on one key thing that a lot of people are not mentioning: the goalkeepers. The goalkeepers at this World Cup have really kept their teams, in this tournament, most especially in the African brothers. Talk about Asari, I think of Ghana.
Ghana, yes.
Fantastic goalkeeping. He kept Ghana in that game.
He's not a professional.
He's not a professional. And I'm plays in the Ghanaian league.
And he remembers the days of Yama playing for the Super Eagles from Eimba.
Exactly. Talk about Vozian of Cape Verde. Talk about Fofana. Talk about Roland Williams. All the goalkeepers stepped up for their team. And kudos to him, because South Africa made it a very resounding victory, because we were at sleep. Some of us, try to, just quickly get a nap. I'm hoping that, South Korea will do the job by the time we wake up. And when I woke up, I looked at my phone. When I saw South, I thought it was South Korea. I was like, come on. But good one. Congratulations to them. This is why I can't fault them on how they qualified through the qualifying round, when they held Nigeria to, a draw both home and away. Even after deducting 3 points from the South African team, they still made it to the World Cup, and they had a very disappointing, shaking, first game. It's not easy to play the first game at a very historic FIFA World Cup like this, and they stepped up. They couldn't, handle the pressure. They fell, to the host nation, Mexico. But after that, they've been able to build momentum. Hugo Bruce, fantastic manager. He knew how to manage.
What is this thing about the shades they are throwing at Nigeria?
Well, they are free to throw the shade. If our players were there, guess what? They will also throw the shade, because this is the biggest stage to say anything, to make a statement. And Nigerians fail to do that. The Super Eagles fail to do that. So anybody who is there, if you have the microphone, please throw as much shade as you can. Maybe that will even, trigger us to do better, to want to qualify for the next.
No, but Matthew, even before, I think I was happy when the Federal Capital Minister, some Wiki, came up, at least a high official of the government, coming for the very first time.
Yes,
that is the time that somebody from Tinubu's government is talking about the World Cup. And honestly, it excited me. And I think before, beyond excitement, I think that Wiki can also increase the volume of what he said. Because the government, we have seen, the government has been so quiet. It appears that they do not benefit anything other from the World Cup, despite the huge money. The monumental amount of money that Tinubu has invested in sports. He should be asking questions. I think this is the right time that government should also look into the Nigeria Football Federation. We've agreed that the players have a role, or they had a role in Nigeria not qualifying. But we also know that there are destructive experiments by the Nigeria Football Federation, incompetencies that are not expected from the football controlling body. I think this is the time that Wiki has now asked the question. Let us also increase the volume and ask, and also let government be interested in the running of football. That's the only way. I'm saying that's the only way that can open channels for any government if you are interested in sports, because sports has shown that it is the opium, it is the best thing that the people benefit from government.
At this time, let's join Nengi Enes Ademola for Sportsville News Train, and thereafter, Bolu will be talking to us on all we should know, the stats, the facts on the FIFA World Cup.
Welcome to Sportsville News Train. Today we begin with updates from the President's Federation Cup. Heartland Queens of Owerri are through to their first ever President's Federation Cup final after defeating FC Robo Queens 2-1 in a thrilling semi-final in Benin City. Led by coach Obi Ogbala, the Owerri side showed resilience, attacking quality and composure under pressure to become the first women's team from Nigeria's southeast region to reach the final of the prestigious competition. Joining them in the final are familiar rivals Nasarawa Amazons. The Lafia-based side also secured a dramatic 2-1 victory over Sunshine Queens at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. With the match heading for extra time, right back Alani Jumoke emerged the hero, scoring a stunning stoppage time winner to send the Amazons into their second consecutive Federation Cup final. The stage is now set for a mouth-watering showdown as Heartland Queens face Nasarawa Amazons in the women's final, while the men's final will see El Kanami Warriors take on Ikorodu City. Both finals will be played on July 11th at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba, Delta State. Now from Nigerian football to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The tournament has already sparked plenty of debate, and this time, it's not just about the goals. A total of 8 red cards have already been issued, surpassing the combined total of just 4 seen across the entire 2018 and 2022 World Cups. Mexico's opening clash with South Africa produced 3 red cards. Qatar picked up 2, while Bosnia and Herzegovina and Belgium each had 1 player sent off. Paraguay's captain, Miguel Almiron, also became the first player dismissed under FIFA's new rule banning players from covering their mouths during confrontations with opponents. The question now is this new rule making football fairer, or is it too harsh? While the forwards continue chasing goals, the goalkeepers have quietly been producing moments of brilliance. Cape Verde's Vozinha made 7 outstanding saves to deny Spain. Curaçao's Eloy Room equaled the World Cup record with an incredible 15 saves, helping his country secure its first ever World Cup point against Ecuador. Iran's Alireza Bienravad frustrated Belgium with 7 saves. Qatar's Mahmoud Abunada made 6 crucial stops against Switzerland, while Congo's Lionel Mpasi pulled off 8 saves against Colombia, including 5 in the opening 20 minutes. And finally, the race for the Golden Boot is beginning to heat up. Lionel Messi currently leads the standings with 5 goals, while Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland are right behind him with 4 goals each. Nengi Ernest Ademola reporting for Sportsville News Train.
There goes that smile I fell in love with.
Every day, same corner, same hour, same chemistry since day one. I absolutely love it. But even when everywhere goes dark, this connection is still lit. Long live this long-distance relationship. Get Airtel Smart Connect today. Call toll-free on 0911 00 0080.
Welcome back. It's still Sportville, and it's time to talk about the FIFA World Cup diaries. The group phase done and dusted. Now it's time for the round of 32. We've never heard it before. You're hearing it for the first time. Let's talk about some things that you may know or may not even know. In the group phase, Lionel Messi became the highest goal scorer in the history of the World Cup. He became the man with the most wins in the history of the World Cup. He became the man that's played the most minutes in the FIFA World Cup. Lionel Messi, only you. Wait till happen. Go to his actual rival, Cristiano Ronaldo. He became the second oldest man to score in the World Cup after, of course, the legendary Roger Milla. He became the highest goal scorer in the history of Portugal for the FIFA World Cup. And, of course, he became the only man to score in 6 different World Cups. After Ronaldo and Messi, a certain man, Ochoa, the goalkeeper for Mexico, he also became the 3rd man to feature in 6 different FIFA World Cup outings. In the group phase, Kylian Mbappe also became the Frenchman with the most goals in the World Cup. He became the highest scoring Frenchman in their history, overtaking Olivier Giroud. Eloy Room, the goalkeeper for Curaçao, set a record with the most saves in the history of World Cup in 90 minutes. He made 15 saves in that game against Ecuador. Match day 1, Martin Oyarzabal became the first man to play 30 minutes in the World Cup without touching the ball once. He said, okay. Match day 2, he became the first man to have a hand in 3 goals in the first 30 minutes of the FIFA World Cup match. So when round 1 doesn't work out well, wait, round 2 may go better. Some people are talking about Argentina agenda. We are seeing hands here and there that may be a big favor. But the question I'm asking is, does Argentina know about it? Or is it just a prank by FIFA? Let that be a question for you to answer. After match day 1, that Vozina's mom couldn't watch the game. She was present to watch match day 2 and match day 3 against Saudi Arabia. Some African teams have never qualified for the knockout phase before, but they beat to the World Cup a few times. But South Africa, despite the 8th watch, they qualified for the knockout phase. Same thing for Egypt. Egypt's first World Cup was in 1934. But these are 4th outing. Now they are in the knockout phase of the tournament. And before I go, there's one record Ghana holds and nothing changes it. They have never lost match day 2 fixtures in the FIFA World Cup. And when they took on England, many thought it would happen, but the record still continues.
Yes, the record's always there to be shattered, and we hope that the African teams will go all the way as far as the FIFA World Cup 2026 is concerned. At the other side, we'll be saying our byes.
There goes that smile I fell in love with.
Every day, same corner, same hour, same chemistry since day 1. I absolutely love it. But even when everywhere goes dark, this connection is still lit. Long live this long-distance relationship. Get Airtel Smart Connect today. Call toll-free on 0911000080.
Yes, you're welcome back. It is the final lap of the show. Next week, hopefully, I will be reporting live from the US as well as Mexico on the show, reporting the FIFA World Cup. I'll be making my debut just like the likes of Cape Verde, who are also covering the World Cup for the first time. I have a veteran in the house who have done this over and over again in Tony Ubani. Tony Ubani, 1 or 2 words for me as I leave for the World Cup.
Matthew, it's interesting. Bulu is always talking about records. And I said that it's not only Curaçao, Cape Verde, that are making records.
Yeah.
Here on Scottsville, we are making records. For the first time, Matthew is making his debut in a World Cup. That's record number 1.
Yeah.
And of course, another record is that Matthew is making his record in an incredible way. He's going to be in 2 centers. He's going to Mexico, see matches in Mexico, and then before moving to Almighty USA. So Matthew, you are the one now to tell us that the records, you have them, and what records are you going to make for us?
I will just go there and do my job and ensure that the best of reportage comes to our stables, Sportsville. So just keep it up, and remember, follow us across all our social media platforms for up-to-speed analysis and insights as far as the World Cup is concerned. We'll return next week with another phase. Joy Obayemi setting the tone for the show as well as the rest of the crew while I join at the other side. I'm Matthew Okugbe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
Their impressive run so as to place Edo State in the continental map.
Toby Amazon.